This podcast is brought to you by Traventure Cafe, where the wild at heart fuel their passion and adventure is served fresh. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Cat on Wheels podcast. Cat on Wheels podcast is shot at the Traventure Cafe. The Traventure Cafe is located along Gigiri, and it's a very good place with cool ambience, a place you can come with friends and family to chill and have a good time. You're welcome all anytime. It's open 24/7. It's open it's open Monday to Monday. Karibu. Today I'm with Edu the chef. Edu the chef has been riding bikes like I don't know for how long. I just started the other day, but I feel like I'm sitting next to a legend. This guy, he's been mentioned severally by very many other bikers. And when I was here, I mentioned you. Mm-hmm. Even other bikers have been recommending I bring you because, you know, like you've been there, you've done it, you've done some so very many good things for the community. Karibu sana, man.
Asante sana.
You're welcome, man. How are you feeling today?
Yeah, niko easy.
You came with your bike?
Yeah, I came with the bike.
Which bike are you riding?
At the moment, I'm riding a ZX-10R, 2019.
Jet.
Yeah, that's a 1000cc.
And previously you had which one?
GS 1200, the BMW Adventure.
You moved from Adventure to sport bike?
I move a lot.
Yeah, well, you move a lot. I know the Adventure can make you move a lot, but you move from the Adventure to a sport bike. I've never seen that transition. Is mostly it's the other way around.
Okay, so you can do an Adventure and do a sport bike at the same time. They can both be in one parking lot. So unaweza kuwa na GS Adventure or any other adventure bike and do long distance rides, comfortable rides, and also have a super fast bike to just do your twisting track and all that.
Do you still have the GS?
Nah,
you sold it.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's the thing I was talking about. Like you sold the GS and then you got the ZX-10.
Yeah, so I do bring in bikes and sell them. Mtu akifika bei.
Even the ZX-10 iko soko.
Hiyo iko soko pia. Mtu akitaka kifika bei, everything iko kwa price. Everything has a price. So
Ebu pitch waambie specs. Maybe they don't know, you know.
The ZX-10 is just something else, Your bike imekula getheri, bro.
What do you mean? What do you mean githeri?
It's super fast.
Super fast.
Yeah, it's super fast. It's reliable. It's nimble. It's lighter than most 1000 cc's. Yeah, so the one I have is mapped, ready to go.
Have you ever had any other model of the ZX-10? Because this is a 2019.
No.
To do like in terms of, so we can do a comparison. Or have you ridden any other?
Yeah. I've ridden others, and for this one is a bit lighter. It's so power to weight ratio has changed.
Oh, the features, okay.
Yeah, so the newer the bike, the better it is.
Improved. It's improved.
It's improved, yes.
Yeah, you also said this hair, you got it from which horse, and it improves the HP as well.
Yeah, so I see nywele nimenyoa sinyoangi nywele.
Okay, nywele inakuja hapa.
So the mohawk, most guys wanajua, they see a mohawk and they can identify.
This is your identity.
Yeah, so all my helmets have a mohawk.
And the mohawk is black, or do you have any other colors?
No, different colors. I have different colors depending on the helmet I'm putting on.
So now if you have a green helmet and then you have a maroon mohawk, people won't confuse you. They'll be like, hey, there's a magician passing. And then the bike is green.
Okay, so the idea is the mohawk doesn't matter what color it is. But once you have a proper helmet, you don't have to match helmet and mohawk or whatever. So the mohawk is just there for the beauty of it. Na pia inaongeza ka HP kiasi, lakini the idea is to just have a proper helmet.
Yeah, but I like it. It's actually a good vibe. Like the identity, it identifies who you are. Like when, like you said, unapita kwa njia and then someone knows, oh yeah, by the way, that's I do.
Yeah.
Akiamua kukeep up kuchase ni sawa.
But tujue watu wako wengi wako na mohawk, so.
Are they copycats ama who started it?
Okay, I've been doing it for a while. So, but unajua ni starehe ya mtu tu. Kama mtu ana feel ni vibe,
copy.
Ni sawa.
Hakuna shida.
Hatuna iko tu sawa.
Okay. Talking of gears, You sell gears as well, yeah?
Yeah, I do sell gears, I do sell helmets, I do sell bikes, I do source parts for guys. So anything that is bike related. Some guys also come for training.
You train bikes?
For advanced.
Mm.
The kidogo patience here from scratch, I think kuna watu wenye wanaweza nini hiyo, but this advanced a safe way of riding your bike at top speeds, let me say that, let me put it at that, because there is a safe way of just riding from point A to B, and there is a safe way of riding from point A to B faster,
and you get there.
Yeah, and you get there safe.
You know, people keep saying point A to B, like this point A to B, does it have a distance?
A to B akunanga distance, because we've had bikers that are doing the whole world in 3 years and all that.
That's their A to B.
That's A to B.
Yeah, okay.
Or maybe A to B back to A.
I'm A, B, C, D.
Exactly, yeah.
Between A and B, there are
kuna some stops hapo na nini.
Oh, crazy, interesting. Are you the one who's called Eco Limited? You know, when I got into the biking community, I had that a lot.
Yeah, so I actually rebranded, yeah. So now it's Ziko Africa.
Hata si Eco.
Ziko. So Eco is one.
That's very limited.
Yeah, that's very limiting. But now Ziko is everything you need, you get.
Oh.
Yeah.
So from helmets, shoes, socks.
Socks. If you want a Honda Boxer, a Ducati vest and all that. It's not a Ziko. So
mags,
anything bike. Yeah.
Wewe sema na relax alafu zitakuja.
Wewe sema tu chenye unataka.
But anyway, so welcome so much to my show. It's very nice having you.
Thank you.
Here we
much.
talk about bikes, we talk about experiences, the bikes and everything related to bikes. If we can go off script, that's fine. That will depend with you. Tuna mambo mob. So the first question I wanted to ask you, you mentioned about Road Warriors.
Yes.
This is one of the racing teams, yeah?
Yeah, it's not really a racing team. It's a community. It's a biking community.
Oh, it was not a racing team.
It was not a racing team. It is actually a biking community.
Until now, it still exists.
Until now, it still exists. Iko more than 150 members.
Oh.
Yeah. Watu wanasupportiana sana. So it used to host now the racing events.
It used to host racing events. And when did you start this? Why did you see the need to have a community?
Okay, so the idea of the community is bikers are always together in groups. But most of the time watu wajuani. Unaget? I just know you like Curtis, you know. You know me like Edu, that's it. He rides a ZX10, you ride a R6, you know. So that's the end of it. But the idea of the community ni mahali yenye watu wanaweza kuja kusaidiana. In terms of even work, professional, naget. People need to know wase wengine wanafanya nini in life, naget. So that mnaweza saidiana. Unaweza kuwa na project ya kujenga or something, ama umepata mtu unataka kufanya harusi or something, and you will need a chef to do the catering for you. So I'm a chef, unaweza niita. From what you pay me, I'll get something to fuel the bike or to service my bike, you know. Kuna mwingine ni daktari, dentist, kuna different people are in different professional. So the community ni ya kusaidiana. It's also to network. It's simply as networking. Watu wajuane.
But among bikers.
Among bikers, also even past, you get your brother does this, you know, your cousin does this. So it's within a biker plus the people that biker knows. So it creates a very good networking within. Unaona? So inasaidia wase wengi sana kusotiana in one way or another.
Na kuconnect,
yes. Unaweza kuwa unafanya kwa passports, wase wanakwama kwa passports huko.
Wewe unajua penye hiyo machine iko.
Wewe unajua mahali hiyo printing mahali inafinywa inaanza inaacha shida.
Unaletewa ikiwa moto.
Unaletewa hapo siku ya kwanza. So those are the things that a community does for the members of the community do for each other. Yeah, which is very important in life, in everyday living. Yeah.
That's a very good initiative, man. And how is it doing now?
Okay, it's still there. The community is still tight. The event hosting ndio yenye kidogo ilienda chini due to some kind of politics zenye zilikam. But we're working on that. We still want to bring the events back. So yeah, that's where we are at the moment.
No problem, man. Don't worry, you'll get there. So you know, when I got to know you, I had when you're unapanganga sijui trips, and then you come with grills. You start doing nyama choma hapo, and bikers are enjoying, having a good time.
Maze, life is for the living. So ukipata kanafasi ya kuchoma nyama, natoka ndeni mkule nyama, naona ride your bikes, mnaenda mahali lunch. You just looking for a reason to actually ride and have the togetherness, unaona. So mnaweza toka place muende mubai nyama mahali, yes, mmetengenezewa nyama, but the idea of the team building within, huyu anakata shingo, there's another guy who's skinning, mwingine anaosha mara. So that was the whole vibe of the mbuzis before, yeah.
But that vibe is dead now.
Yeah, we still don't host them because we had an incident on our last mbuzi where we lost a biker on an open road.
Which year is this?
So many. Back in 2018.
That was the last time you guys did a mbuzi?
Yeah, 2018.
So the Road Warriors used to be, it was a success. It was a success. You can say you achieved it when it was established.
Yeah.
It served its purpose.
It served its purpose. It's still serving its purpose. The only thing that's not there is the events at the moment.
Oh, the events.
The events at the moment.
So it's not because one of the warriors, a member, you saying he died?
Not really, because there's some things you can avoid and there's some things you can't avoid. You can tell someone to ride safe on a road, but you cannot tell someone to go slow and not go safe. People will always msee anaweza kubali, unaona, ni aje tunaenda na speed ya 80 alafu mwende ya 200. It was not his mistake. Accidents do happen on the road. Mistake ilikuwa from the driver, which happened to be a head-on collision. Now the driver later on accepted ilikuwa makosa yake, he was on the wrong side. But it still affected us having mbuzis by the roadside. So other than that, we just do, if it's a road, we just do road racing, but on closed roads. Yes.
Oh, but the mbuzi ended.
Yeah, the mbuzi ended.
Which biker is this?
That was TI.
Oh, TI. He died on the spot.
Yeah.
And talking of which, you know, you've witnessed very many accidents, and I don't know if you've witnessed the deaths as well, but you've witnessed very many accidents, including Oyaya's, the one he was mentioning that he slid on the tarmac na sijui tumbo ikafunguka and whatever, but that does not make you feel like you want to quit, because that was a long time ago, 2015-16, right?
Yeah.
And you're still here?
Yeah, I'm still here. I've witnessed. I've actually had accidents also. So one thing, I'm not a quitter in anything I do. So you just learn from mistakes, people's other mistakes, you see. You move on. You always stay safe kwa barabara. If you are to just slow down on a bump and someone comes and rear ends you, you see, not your mistake. Let an accident be an accident, not just because you are doing some stupid stuff kwa road, So just let an accident be an accident. Mtu anakuwa disciplined kwa barabara. Just ride knowing that you need to ride tomorrow and enjoy the bike. Juu janunua bike ikuwe. Menunua bike uienjoy. So anytime you're getting on a bike, make sure you want to ride tomorrow. Any day, make sure you just want to ride tomorrow. Yeah.
And these accidents, would you tell that these accidents that you witnessed, you tell that this one, honestly, the biker was the one on the wrong,
Yeah.
and this one, it's a motorist?
Okay, I've been bikers responders for a while.
Yeah.
So most people wanapata accident, they call me, or I'm an admin of the bikers 911. So we always get there the first, if we can. If it's a distance or maybe it could take you time to get there, you find someone who's closer to the biker and make sure he's sorted out, the bike is sorted out. So kwa zenye nimefika, you can actually know that this wasn't a point you should have vutad, unaona. Zingine unaangalia tu hivi unaona tu, this is a biker's mistake.
When you assess it.
Ukiassess tu unajua, you would have done better than this, you know. Zingine unaenda unapata enyewe, the driver was on the wrong, or the pedestrian and stuff like that. So saa ingine unaendanga hapo una assess, and most of the time, even if the driver is on the wrong, let's say you've had an accident with a car, most of the time you are rushed to hospital, or they say you are not fit to be there, you get. And then the driver na makarao wanabaki hapo wanageuza story. So for responders lazima ukuwe hapo at least assess. Wao wakiassess na pande yao, most of these traffic police don't even know how to ride a bike. Maybe wenye wako juu bikes, unaona. So wakikuja kuwa assess hapo on any sport bike, mzee atakuja aseme alikuwa anaenda mbio. Yes, the bike can go fast, but it can still go 20 kph, it can go 300 kph.
I mean, it starts from zero anyway.
Exactly, yeah, it starts from zero. So lazima uko unajua how to handle this kind of stuff. So it keeps you going kwa sababu you keep on learning every day. Hata sisi ufanya mistakes, hata mimi mwenyewe ufanya mistakes. Most of the time wasewa magari don't use side mirrors, they don't use indicators and all that. So not unless your focus haiko, unamsea kuja tu kama amekuingia vibaya, accident happen, let an accident be an accident.
Justified. And do you call them out? Like, for example, you've gone on a site, and then you've assessed the situation, and you're like, I'm very sure this biker was misbehaving or overspeeding or whatever it is. Do you, like, after they've recovered or maybe they've come out with no injury, do you tell them, yo, this was wrong and you need to work on that?
Yeah. You have to make sure umewambia once they've recovered na nini, so that they don't make you to respond again. I get. The idea is not just responding, but to make sure wase wako safe, unaona. All these rider trainings that wase upewa, hizi zote is because of safety ya msee, unaona. So anytime there's an incident na rider ako kwa makosa, once you recover, unajua direct what to tell them. Hata mimi mwenyewe nimepata accident and I know at this point this was my mistake, and I've learned from it.
Okay, that's very interesting. We hope times can change and everything, you know, the situations. Why do you think we have more accidents? And first of all, before I even ask you that question, you've mentioned you're an admin in a group called
Bikers 911.
Bikers 911.
Yes.
So I'm assuming the reason why this group was established is because of the accidents, yeah?
Not really, but yes, not really accidents, because you can't be stuck. You can be doing your own ride, maybe to wherever. You get your tire burst. You haven't fallen the bike, or maybe the bike stalls, okay, and you need assistance. So that group will still assist you to actually get help. Unaona, if it's a replacement of a tire or maybe getting a mech closer to you, it also does that. So it's not generally accidents, but again, bikers also, when you get into an accident, you also need assistance at any point. Yes,
definitely.
Yeah.
Also, the members who are there are the guys who can respond quickly, or just bikers who are from different areas of the country? Yeah,
from different areas of the country, and plus it's people who are also dedicated in doing this, yes.
So, like, what criteria do you use to add a member?
we just need to know where you are, okay, where you work, at least kwa sababu we know where you're staying around. We don't have to know your house number. Ni mali tu karibu tuseme if you're staying in Roysambu, just that, maybe you want your privacy and all that, lakini you're staying in Roysambu, in case something happens to a biker or maybe needs assistance around Roysambu, at least if it's posted there,
you na umeona
exactly, unapigia msee tunamwambia ni aje, just respond to this if you can, unaona. If it's work, unaweza kuwa unafanya job, let's say where West or maybe Kile, then again uko job, but something, a biker is in distress, you can at least be able to assist.
Okay, that's really, it's really nice. So just to ask you, do you know there's a biker who went down a month ago? We're not going to mention the name. Like for instance, that one was posted. I know you are a first respondent, and you and Pastor Sam and all that. So are they members of the group, and was it posted there?
Yeah. So even if people are not members, okay, we can't. We have so many bikers across the country, so we can't be able to have a group that has 10,000, 20,000 bikers, you know, from across the country. But in case there is an accident, it reaches to someone who is in the group, it's posted there, and people start responding as per the post. So whoever gets the information first needs to know where the incident is, if you have a name and all that, if it's an accident. But zingine unapata tu there is a biker in distress, amekwama, voi, is there a mech or something, kitu kama hiyo, bike imeleta issue.
And then makes wanajitokeza.
Yeah.
Or maybe there's someone who
knows someone to know someone who can assist.
That's interesting. It's really so nice of you, man. This bike 911, I've heard of it, but I wanted to know more about it. It's extraordinary. It's not like any other bike group. Yeah, I get like.
And it's the most silent, actually.
Oh, there are rules and regulations.
Yeah. So you don't have. If it goes live, you know there's a biker in distress, or there's an accident. So it's ever silent. No memes, no nothing.
The only reason you're supposed to post there, not even vendors advertising their business.
Nothing. Silent. Only post regarding distress, or maybe let's say there's a caution post. Like there's an oil spill. At least with that, it's a post that will avoid the bikers 911 going live. Yeah, so if it's caution, new bumps erected,
there's also that?
Yeah.
Because of the highway attackers.
Maze, unaweza toka hivi asubuhi, you know, Kenyan roads, sijui bumps.
They put bumps at night, actually. Maze, they prefer to put bumps.
Wanaka usiku, ulipitia hapo, ukitoka job, asubuhi, ukienda job unapata bump ingine, maybe haija exist for the past years.
Hey, okay, that is interesting. So, tell me about your biking journey. When exactly did you start riding? Because you've been mentioned by a few OGs, man.
I ride miaka mob.
Tango standard 2.
Kuanzia nizaliwe ama kabla.
Ulianza na negative.
Nilianza na negative. So nilianza bike not far kitambo sana. Around 2013.
Hey, kitambo, man. Hiyo si jana.
Around 2013. But biking has been in me since nilikuwa mdogo sana. So that's when that's the proper now biking, but I've been a biker since.
It's in the blood.
It's in the blood. You mzaya alikuwa na ride
a super bike.
No, alikuwa na DT 175, yeah.
Hizo watu wa stima.
Hiyo watu wa stima.
Na maji.
In fact alikuwa mtu wa stima.
Alikuwa mtu wa stima.
So He still is. So he's an engineer, alikuwa anafanya na Kenya Power. So we used to stay in Lamu. I'm born in Lamu Island.
You're from coast?
Lamu Island. I'm
Bro.
from Nyeri.
But where's the accent, man? Ama uliua?
Nimetoka Nyeri.
No, there's that one for Lamu bana.
Lamu. So I'm born in Lamu Island. Mzaya alikuwa job huko, and the island didn't have roads for cars. There was only one car, ilikuwa DC.
I used to hear this story. It's true.
Yeah, it's very true.
What car was it? Land Rover?
Yeah, it was a Land Rover.
Yeah, DC.
Yeah, DC peke yake.
How does the DC fuel?
Mitungi zilikuwa zinakam. Hakuna beti.
Wow, this story is true, eh?
Yeah, so alikuwa anazunguka around na a bike, and when fixing me always nilikuanga hapo trying to know how siwezi jikumbuka. But I was there.
Mimi nashangaa tu hiyo story ya DC ni ati jamaa hizi tokea like chini ya maji.
No, it's like a straight line hivi.
So the road.
Si ati ni kwenda na twist.
When you see one car is just
so it's a straight line, labda anataka kwenda like 300 meters hivi, kwa hivyo anapaka hapa. So it's just a movement of, because it's a very small island. You can walk through it.
Even right now there are not so many cars. Hakuna traffic huko.
I think maybe traffic ni apunda, because that's the main transport.
Serious?
There are so many donkeys by the so wanna move around kubeba stuff zao using donkeys.
Bado
a very nice place by the unafaa ku visit.
No pollution, no nothing. Hakuna my exhaust pollution.
Too peaceful, the ocean surrounds you.
I can already imagine, man. I'll visit. I hope to visit someday.
Maze. Take a ride, panda bike siku moja. I think yote hata wamemaliza lami.
So you like, for you to get to Lamu with your bike, you have to take is it a boat or a ferry to now cross to fika the island, right?
Yeah, but sikuna mainland, you just leave it. You don't need it. You won't even enjoy it on the island. Yeah.
Uko enda utembee.
Uko enda tembea sasa. Just come, fika kwa mainland Lamu, take a boat, cross to the island, then now relax.
Interesting. So,
So it's been evil. I used to jump from events to events, the chef. So
you're still young now.
Now when I got into proper biking, yeah. So I used to jump from one event to another. Unapata wewe uko na wedding scam mbili. Unaruka from one to another. You will need to appear on both, make sure job inafanywa poa.
Or like multitasking.
Exactly.
Like you're the head chef.
Yeah. So that is buddies, caterers, and events organizers.
What?
Buddies, caterers, friends. Like
buddies caterers.
Friends. Yeah.
Sasa hii saisi ziko.
That was then. Ziko bado. Now
Ziko.
buddies is Ziko.
Now, yeah, okay.
Yeah. So over the years nimekuja kulearn, okay, hiyo time nilikuanga tu lone rider and all that. You just want to ride peke yako. Tukashikana na Wayaya. Wayaya nimemjua hata before biking.
Before anza biking?
Before even started biking.
Alikuwa anapika pia ama?
He had a club. Not because of the club, lakini we used to go to all these events zenye zilikuwa zina happen. Because with the first generation, watu walikuwa na ride in the 90s, you know, people had
super
bikes in
bikes.
the night. Yes.
For example?
Kina Styles had bikes.
Styles was riding in the 90s.
Styles, there is Tafu, there is Oyaya. Hao ndo the people we looked up to then.
So you met Oyaya before you even started biking?
Yeah.
And he had a bike. Now what is so he had a business.
Yeah. So alikuwa na club. So we used to just go there, chill. Bikers used to just go there. Not drink and ride, but go there, chill, play pool, you know. It's
Just have a
just
good
like
time.
a chill. just have a good time. So then now we started riding, we started garages, fixing bike and all that, and now I started noticing that watu unapata shida, but you know one person. You get a problem in Athi River, you know a person in Thika. Get. So hizo challenges over the years ndo zilikuja kwanza za I think people need to come together, wasaidiane, and at least to make biking a little bit more smoother
and easier,
and easier, enjoyable. Unajua bike imeleta shida, nitapack tu kwa bike fulani hapa hivi, I'll come sort it out tomorrow.
Itakuwa tu sawa.
Na itakuwa tu sawa.
It's a community thing actually.
Yeah.
If you come to think of it. And now your first bike was which one?
An RGV 250 Suzuki 2-stroke.
So the need was, you're a chef, you're doing 2 places, and you need to be in at both places same time. So you had to move from one place to another. You were point A to point B.
Point A to B.
So you saw the need for a bike instead of a car.
Of course, gari na traffic na fuel.
Sahi ni same WhatsApp group.
Sahi ni same WhatsApp group. Tena uko na gari na hii fuel prices sahi.
But is there a difference anyway, like the ZX10 and
there's a big,
Vitz?
There's a big.
They don't consume the same?
Okay.
Like full tank ya Vitz na ZX10. Yours is
ina depend na how mali itakupeleka, kwa sababu mwingine atakuwa kwa traffic, utakuwa faster, ita consume pia, but at least you can achieve even 5-10 stuff to do in a day than a person in a car. So if you're moving to different points around town, you will do a lot. If you have meetings around town, you'll do a lot more meetings and finish. Maybe unaweza kuwa na meetings 3, you can actually schedule those meetings na ziko in different places within maybe before midday.
Na
umemaliza. Then you are free from there. You can take your ride or go rest at home.
I know that feeling, man. That kind of feeling is a vibe. It makes work easier. And like, there's a notion that people out here have about super bikes. Like someone would be like, I like your bike, but honestly, I wouldn't want to own one. You ask why? Hey, this bike, I hear it kills people.
Maze, unaweza imagine, watu
kwa na stigma.
Kuna hiyo, unajua kwanza in Kenya, not a lot of people have actually accepted the biking world. Saa ingine unafika mahali unapark tu, kisha toa helmet, unapata tumzaya hapo, tunakuangalia vibaya, The people who are interested will come with that, unaget. Others will come tell you, mbona unanunua kifo? That bad mentality. But there is nothing in this world that cannot kill you. Naona utaenda tu park bike yako, pigwe na stima kwa nyuma. Udedi. Uko na bike.
Wacha bana, utafanya niogope sockets.
So unaenda unaamua kwenda kula nyama yako pale bypass. Nyama inakunyonga. As in, there's nothing that can't kill you, unaona?
Something must kill a man.
Yes, something must kill a man. So the idea is just to be on these bikes. There are people like my brother goes up Mount Kenya to the top.
Your brother?
My elder brother.
Your elder brother rides?
No.
He's a hiker?
He's a hiker. He runs and he hikes and he will go at the top of Mount Kenya.
You and your family, you're doing risky things.
Maybe I can't do it, man. Of course he rides. I can leave him with a bike and he can ride. So the whole family is supportive. Upon their bikes, my mom is supportive. All my brothers, mzae, number 1, fun and supporter pia also.
Unamtumianga hizo videos za thrills? Fanya highway attack.
Highway attack kwanza anabambika sana. Ana support. He's actually kwa events is a director of safety. So yeye ndo ana make sure everyone is safe to actually race. Yeah, so
in Road Warriors. Your father was the director of safety.
Yes, in Road Warriors. Na sai ni mimi nimeshikilia pande ya slick in terms of safety. And I've taken it from him. So you see that feeling when you're being flagged off for a race, knowing that umse amesema kuko sawa, umbeget.
Hey.
Sasa ukitoka hapo upande bike on our normal roads, you can't be as fast as you can be on track. Not unless mse amekwambia wewe enda, hakuna bodo unakutana nayo, hakuna ma-U-turns ovyo za magari, unaget. There's no oil, there's no gravel, there are no bumps.
Very big difference.
Very big difference. Those are two different things.
So I have a question I want to ask you, but before I ask you, let me ask you this. When you say that you teach advanced riders, do you teach like from experience or you're certified? You're a trainer?
No, from experience.
From experience.
I've seen it all.
That one goes without saying. You have seen it all.
I have seen it all. Karibu ni overturn lofa huko.
Hata wewe zako kuna zizi happen?
Yeah, I've had 2 major accidents. But luckily no broken bones, but ni write off to the bikes and maybe broken egos.
Unafunzwa adabu kidogo.
Unafunzwa kaadabu kidogo, at least unajua. Yeah, so in accidents do happen, but we try minimize them as much, make them zero if possible.
How do you do that?
Just be disciplined and be careful on the road. As in focus yako, usianze kufikiria chenye unakula sapa saa hiyo unaona you are doing speeds, you know. If just concentrate that you're on a bike, you do one mistake, just make sure you have zero room for any mistake.
It doesn't seem like it's that easy. Unajua watu wenye wamejaa na mawazo.
See, that's therapy. If kila mtu ana mawazo, lakini ile time yenye una feel nini panda your bike, make sure concentration is just you and the bike.
So all these accidents, your parents were okay with it? Like they would understand and everything?
Of course they can't. They can't be okay.
It worries them kidogo.
It worries them kidogo, but they also trust that I did all I could. And accidents you happen hata za magari, hata kutembea unaweza tembea uchotwe na gari pia, naona. So it's an accident. It is an accident. They understand and they know that every time you're getting on a bike, you're doing your best to make sure you also ride the next day.
And these major accidents that you got into, were they self-involved or with the motorists?
So both of them zilikuwa juu ya ma3.
Where, on Thika Road or?
On Thika Road, yeah. So the first one was coming down from Tao. Na ni karibu tu na home.
Which is this?
Hapo Spa Mall. That was in 2019. Around there, 2018. Yeah, so mi nimevuruta, nimekam, niko kwa lane yangu vizuri. Then a minibus just decides to swerve into my lane. For no reason. Ile simamisha hapa, unaget how they just turn cars like they own the road. And they could have costed, and they have costed actually, a lot of lives, even for the passengers themselves. So nilienda nikamtibon, I zimad up, I was unconscious, I woke up in the hosi, only my hip had dislocated, karudi home.
The bike?
The bike done.
Right off?
Yeah, it's in parts all over Nairobi. It's in different R1s. It was an R1.
Saizi?
Sahi iko 2 pieces kila mahali.
Kuna bolt imeenda kwa R1 nyingine.
Kuna ka bolt imeenda huku.
Kuna rim
iko mahali fulani huko.
Ziko tu?
Yeah, ziko huko.
Oh man, that's tragic. It's terrible, man. And the second one?
The second one, I was on BMW 650. Again, Aporoiro. You see how this...
These are all your bikes?
This, the second one, no. Ni bike nilikuwa naenda kuuza.
Oh man.
Yeah. So, Roiro unaona venye stage iko right next to the highway. It's actually on the highway, the Roiro stage. So ma3 ilitoka tu out of nowhere to kwa hiyo
This one also still in 2019 or
the 2019, yes. The other one was 2018. So nilienda nika again Gongo. That was a bit scary because I was thrown into the highway on the speeding lane, and there was a 10-wheeler coming my way. I was conscious.
shit.
As I was rolling, kilori ndio hiki. Anytime I got my sight on the lorry, it was coming. It was coming closer and closer because I'm now niko conscious. I had carried a friend of mine called Baker. He throw you off the highway. Mimi nilirudishwa kwa highway. I rolled. So it reached a point where it was too close and I had to, you're not in control of that fall. But nilikuwa nimegear up well. So ilifika mahali I closed my eyes. Na nikakubali.
Acha iko vile itakuwa.
This is it. Unaona. But mswa lori managed to just make sure niko katikati ya
Lord, miguu.
Yeah, miguu. So I was waking up to the moshi ya raba.
The brakes, hey.
The brakes, and I'm looking directly on the engine.
Unaona tu crankshaft hapo.
Mazee na unatuma vitu huko, zile vitu zenye tunapenda.
Machines.
So okay, it wasn't funny. Now I can.
Yeah, you survived. Yeah. So you
so
and your pillion
moving. Me na pillion.
Mka survive nyote.
Sote wawili. Yeah. Kavurutwa from the lorry, kapelekwa hapo kando. They checked my kneecap had gone kombo kidogo. I had a big cut kwa knee. I was rushed to hospital Uzuri. Then the response again was proper.
From bike 911 now.
From bikers. How somehow it was miraculous. There's a group of bikers that were in a car headed to Thika, and walikuwa hapo like a minute plus or 2 minutes max after the accident. My two brothers were coming from town from their errands, and they were there like 3-4 minutes after. So walipata accident tu happen like another accident kwa sababu walikuwa encounter a number of them, but not for bikes.
That day.
Yeah, that day. They're like, another one here. Then they see a bike and they see me. So at that point, hata wao pia saa ingine najua wanakuanga scared. But they rushed me to hospital and I was okay, discharged.
Ajoi kwambia itabidi umeacha hii mambo man.
Saa ingine unapaka hapo mtu anashindwa. Sasa hutatumia pikipiki.
Unapeana zile malooks.
Wanga ina kucrack ya kwa sababu mimi I've lost a lot of friends, right man?
Yeah man.
On biking, yeah. And in affect mtu.
Mentally as well.
Yeah, mentally, yeah. Inafika mahali utaki kusikizana na mzee. Unaogopa like boss, utaki kusikizana tena alafu kuwe umeget.
Like msee mwenye ni biker that is. Because it might just happen again cause
again unaangalia hapana, this guy he's riding bana. How come but vitu zi happen.
So you just pray and hope.
Exactly, and plus push too for safety.
And that for you to push for safety, that includes now proper training. But do you train for track or also
track road?
Track road.
Yeah, track and road. Kwa sababu track you have like 4 events in a year, sindio? You can't tell me you'll be riding your bike maybe four races, yeah, 4 track times. But again utakuwa unafanya tracks kadhaa during the weekends, ndio. Most people will still use that bike in their daily shughlis, ndio. Naenda job, nataka kutembelea beshte, nataka kuchapa ride na wase wengine, so that's where the critical part is, unaona. Kwa sababu most people who've died wamededi kwa doing their daily stuff, unaona. Riding to work, riding to home, unaona. Riding for the weekend. We've never lost anyone on a track or on a race in the history of Kenya. So it's important watu wajue that side of the riding, na hapo ndio wase wengi wanafall, unaona. Kwa sababu sometimes people will see you on track, they see how fast you are on track, maybe on a race, alafu msee anataka pia yeye a ride kaa wewe. So that's mahali nini iko. It doesn't matter maze, imagine unaweza kuwa na kitu kaa 250cc, we are going to Nyeri, I have a 1000, destination ni moja, that is all that matters. There is no competition ati sijui utafika Nyeri utabaiwa sijui nini ama kuna trophy. The idea is to just ride from here and get to Nyeri and back safely.
But let me ask you a question. I have a 250cc, you have a 1000cc. We are all riding to Nyeri. So you'll ride to the limit of your bike and I'll ride to the limit of mine. And umesema muhimu ni kufika destination.
Yeah.
Now what if we've agreed to go there for lunch? Wewe unafika hapo unakula lunch yako umemaliza, mimi nafika. You're supposed to wait for me.
Yeah, exactly.
So you see, now that's not enjoyable.
Yeah, that's not enjoyable. Lakini tunaweza toka hapa. We just be fast and just wait for you at Kennel.
1 hour later.
At Kennel. You get? Then you come, you go. Then we pass you, we
Fly
wait for
by.
you. Sagana. You get? Kila mtu ana enjoy. The idea is to just get... Now, there's no time someone has been left behind. No. So si ati tunatoka hapa tunasema tunaenda Mombasa unatupata huko tushalala hata. I get. Ni tunatoka hapa, yes, you have a slower bike, but the idea is to get to the destination. So we can use the same hours as you. Tutafikanisha Mombasa, but maybe at some point kila mtu alikuwa na enjoy bike yake tu mahali kwenye ako comfortable with.
Okay, so then but still at the end of the day, riding, you going with a 300cc will not be that fun because you have to stop a lot and wait and everything. But that's part of the whole thing.
Yeah, mnaenda tu mkienjoyana. We've done rides with a lot of people with small bikes.
Because I've seen some guys with super bikes and they're like, no, if you don't have a 600 and above,
yeah, sasa
you can't.
Hiyo ni kakiburi kidogo. Acha niseme hivyo.
Kwa
sababu you didn't naweza iputaje, sio tulijipata hapo maget hukujipata hapo kwa super bikes, and that doesn't mean because you have a 600 or 1000 you're better than that guy with a 150. No, kiona msetu anajipiga kifua hivyo, huyo kwanza unamchorea. Ati hapana hatuwezi enda na hii 150. Hapana, hukujipata hapo. You never know the future ya mse mwenye akona 150, unaona. Unaweza baki hapo na 2019 msee apige shughuli yake poa kuja na 2024. I get
full fiber.
Full carbon fiber nini, very light kila kitu. Sijui mtakuwa mnapiga story gani. Naona alafu plus it's putting pressure on people which is not right. Msee anataka kuanza na 150 yake, enjoy bike, join biking, unaona. Huyo mtu anataka kufika of course kwa thao maybe 1400, you never know mali yenye anataka kufika, but he has to start somewhere. Huyu ni mtu wa kumguide, si mse wa kumuonesha venye ako chini. It's not a game of kuringiana, naona. Biking is biking. Now get either uko na 150, wale wase wenye uko na 150cc they do rides and they enjoy. At the end ukipatana na wao, hata tuseme walikuwa wameenda 150s peke yake, ukipatana na wao at the end of the ride, si ati wameboeka bro,
they're having fun.
Yeah, they had fun. Nini ride utasikia wamepiga stories zao zote, unaona. Yeah, they're having fun. So you having a big bike does not mean that you mse sasa ako nini. Yeah, it doesn't. So we've had, there's a lady biker we did Nyeri the other day. Na tulienda na yeye akona Dayun 200.
And you with a ZX10?
Yeah, with a ZX10 we had a KTM 1090. We had a couple of big bikes. Actually she was the one with the smallest bike.
Na mlifika?
Na tulienda na tukafika, it was fun, na tukarudi, na she really enjoyed. A lady on a small bike.
It's not
na katoboa, unaona. So sometimes watu wana post your ride kwa group and we'll have a group is not for super bikes peke yake. These groups, all these groups, even the nyumba kumi zote zime house bikers wote, unaona. So the same way mko that group, the same way mnafaa kutoka from for rides, for meetups na nini. Si ride inapostiwa hapo alafu unapata ati ni super bikes ati sasa huyu anaenda wapi?
Number rudi home.
Tokea.
Yeah, there's that fear, by the way. There's that fear. That's why smaller CCs fear showing up.
But also unajua unapata experience. Sai if you're on a 600 ukiride na wasi wa 1000 wenye wako experienced, you will learn a lot from that. Unaget? Don't go past your limit. Unaget? Go to a speed that utaweza kumanage. Enda na speed yenye wewe unajua vizuri hapa, in case anything happen I will brake. In case there is a corner I will take it. If you can't take a corner, at least una slow down. The idea is just for the ride, unaona. But at the end utakuwa una gain some new skills when riding with people who know how to ride. Otherwise wasi wameanza 150cc wakikaa wote watakuwa mixed up na kila mtu venye mtu anafanya.
Are you saying they'll not grow?
They won't grow.
Yeah, actually, you know, Oya said it actually, and some people disagreed with it, that sometimes if you have a smaller CC, you go ride with people with bigger CCs, it gives you that positive challenge, you know, and it motivates you differently. You feel like, hey, I really need to upgrade and get here, so you also learn faster.
Inawaka poa sana kabisa kwa sababu msee atakuwa na motivation. I need to get here, so I need to learn my bike, unaona. Inaenda una motivate huyo msee. But this story of newbies creating their own group, they will never learn.
So it should end.
So the moment wakipost ka group na maybe wewe umetoka kwa hao hivi tu kidogo uone there's a group of bikers going this way, unaamua kufuata, you will see like a million mistakes they're doing
already,
which is risky. Uko sure to this is a depending on luck kind of ride, unaona,
when they should be like get involved with experienced riders to get some tips.
Munakuwa synchronized nini. Sometimes even these experienced riders sometimes it even gives you fears to ride with a certain group, unaona, because people all over the place, people overtaking from the left, people don't know even the bikers signs and all that. Unapata you can brake faster, msee anajaribu kukimbiza, he can't brake like you. Unasikia msee anakupita hivi kando, amekumiss, unaona akiruka mabampu huko nashindwa. There was a sign for the bump, unaget? There was
awareness,
as in kulikuwa na kila kitu ya kukuambia you should brake, but then again hata unashindwa kubreakio kwa sababu ulikuwa unajipush zaidi, unaona. Na ukitaka kuelezea mtu msee anaona si nimejibahia bike bro. Nimejiwekea mafuta nimejibahia bike, nimejiwekea mafuta, wewe unanisho nini? So kuna also hao wase wenye wako na attitude, just because umepata doa kubai super bike again, you just rush into buying a super bike not knowing what you should do ama nini. At least sometimes ni poa wase waki listen to people who are experienced. Ongea na mtu kama Wasike. Kutojua si ujinga. Ongea na mtu kama Wasike, ongea na Mitch pia na train wase. Ukipatana na mimi mahali
matips utapewa.
Uliza swali kwa sababu tunataka muendelee kuride, utake hizo tires ukujie kwangu.
So how do you handle such people? Like you go for a ride with someone and misbehaves on the highway and then you notice.
Okay, namuelezea what's need to be done. Msee akikuwa ignorant na try kumuavoid. Kwa sababu kama amenimiss angenireend, mimi nimefanya everything that's supposed to be done, unaona. But I just stay behind him and now watch mistakes, kwa sababu sasa unajua na try kuambia, you can't tell someone you know what, go back home.
Ndamaliza tu ride na uju after this no any other.
Bas uko like nimetry kukushow at least, but unajua wengine mtu unaambia mtu msee anasema jamani mjuaji. Na ajui ni kumuokoa na try kumuokoa. Sikujisikia zini.
We are all teaching each other.
Na hata yeye pia anaweza ona mistake yangu na mimi niko open. Aniambia kuna kitu kenye ulifanya pale.
Si fiti.
Si fiti na that's how life is.
That's a lot to deal with, man. Especially when you're training people, maybe you wish to have a safe ride and then someone behaves like that. Aibambangi sana. Now let me ask you, when you sell your bike, how do you do it? Like if someone approaches you and tells you, I want to buy this ZX10R.
Okay, so have you ridden before?
Mhm.
What do you want to buy bike for? Is it for commuting? Is it, do you want to race in the future? Is it for long distance? Is it for showbiz? I get. Lazima kwanza understand client ni nini anatafuta. Kwa sababu there's one client nilimuuzia like 4 bikes. Still not comfortable. I want this one. He buys. Then takes it 2 days later. Can you find me another one? Una get? Yeah, kwa sababu ana feel hapana, too much power. This is not what I want. At the end, mse alikuwa anatafuta that bike that
has been
like
the
a
dream all along.
650.
He just didn't know.
Yeah, he just didn't know. He used to know like sasa hiyo unapeleka speed bike kwa shamba. Yeye anataka kwenda kuzunguka kwa mashamba zake huko, you know.
So what do you do with the 3 bikes? What did he do?
Yeah, she just sell them for him. Resell.
Oh, so
Kwa sababu he used to just come. Hapo sikuwa understand kuuliza mse hizo vitu ni you want this bike, sawa? Let me sell you the bike, you know. That was long ago.
But how would you prove if someone told you, yes, I've been riding, but he or she has not been riding?
A lot of people tell you that. So,
they've been riding.
Wase wengi watakwambia hivyo. You know me, I had a Honda R1.
Yeah, I had the Kawasaki Gixxer.
I had the Kawasaki Gixxer.
Suzuki 1000.
Maze, the R1 with the 1200cc. Encounter you now. Yeah, like, hey, what?
Oh, it happened.
Honda R1 1200cc. Oh.
Mna blend
that's a
into
fast bike.
tukitaka
Nipatie nifike pale. Mimi nimeride hizi vitu bana.
amuulizi picha.
Jamaa anaingia mpaka anatoa simu. Picha tafuta hivi. Nakwambia I think it's on the other phone.
You know, I saw that clip where the guy was sitting on the bike alafu he's saying he had a Kawasaki Suzuki 1000 and then the guy was like, oh, this is going to be interesting. Akamwambia haya, turn on the bike. He does not know where the
exactly.
And then there's that part of the throttle where he's supposed to throttle like this and then he's like, where's the throttle? And then the guy's like, kwani where was your throttle for your bike? And he was like, mine was this side. And then this guy goes like, no, the throttle is here. And then the guy's like, they've changed. They've changed these guys. They've done a little bit of modification.
It's always
those guys are
fun
there.
encounter. Watu wako hivyo, but at least tuna monitor. Again, if you don't sell that person that bike, you just need to understand that person or make sure umemweka hapo kwa nini, kwa sababu if you don't sell him that bike, he will still go and buy
Kwa mtu mwingine.
Na ataenda tu kwa mtu mwingine umsema mwambie leta do bro. Shika na helmet ndatoa wapi, wewe chukua bike.
Enda nayo ride kwa ile duka.
Enda hivi next time unaenda unapatana kwa sababu we have unakutana na msena bike na ameva the yellow helmet
and it's a super bike
and it's a bike, a heavy bike, even if it's a 250, even if it's you want to ride to nini, kuna wase wa boda actually hebu angalia wase wengine wa Bolt boda na even hao wase wengine tu waka stage kwa boda. There are people who wear full suits, leather, proper gear,
especially in town.
They wear it not because it's for their own safety, unaona. They understand. They understand that if I go down, mse ako safer than yule mwenye amefungilia na kablada hapa. So when you find a private biker wearing a yellow helmet, that's the one that I think they cost like 500 shillings.
Could be maybe ana your knowledge or
exactly. So unaelezea tu mtu wengine,
but
mtu atasema you're buying a helmet for 25,000. Boss kuna do.
But if you can afford a super bike, you should be able to afford
exactly. You're supposed kwanza hata in fact before you go for that super bike, you're supposed to have proper gear before.
That's the first thing.
That's the first thing. That is how you know a serious even client. You'll see kwanza nipatie budget ya helmet, jacket, I need some pants, I need some knee guards, need nice gloves, boots. Unafanya hivi unaona msee, yes, si ati yako poa, but are they certified? Unaget? Hizi vitu ziko, are they approved? Ziko fit ama msee ukishapata nini unajua msee ako serious.
Anajua kitu anataka na kile anafanya.
So as much as maybe hata kuwa poa ku handle bike, but it's someone easily to put through process ya kuanza na nini na atakuwa safe. There are people who've started even on 1000 cc's and never dropped.
What are the advantages of starting on a 1000 cc compared to someone who starts with a lower cc, or maybe vice versa?
It's a disadvantage, but again ni unaweza iputaje, it's how fast. Unajua kwa class kuna number 1 na kuna number 30. Na si kuongea vibaya, but there are people who can really stay on one place because unaogopa kwenda to another, unaona. Uko na that fear na kushika, unaona. There are people who can do a 250 within a month. Handling yake ukimwangalia, yes, experience hana. Umeget, but skill yake ashaijua, unaona. Anaenda 400. After a few months uko like, Allah, this guy just the other day, and he's handling the bike too good. There are people who go to YouTube, wanakaa tu peke yao, they understand the bike they are riding. If you've bought a CBR 250, go on YouTube, angalia wale wasi wenye wana own 250 and explain how to handle. You don't have to tafuta team say Kenya ama nini. Ingia YouTube, at least get some tips from there. So kuna watu wana learn fast, kuna watu wako slow in that time of learning. Even the basics utapata, if you are unaweza funza msee even for like a month, unamfunza leo kutoka tuna gear 1 na clutch hapo mpaka pale. Shifting mukie kuja kesho, balancing imepotea, clutch imepotea,
mnaanza tena
kila kitu mnaanza tena, unaona. But kuna mwenye ni chap unamwekelea tu hivi kidogo, unapata msee anasonga, unaona. Unamfunza hii, so pia ina depend na interest. So jumping into a 1000 lazima uwe disciplined kwa sababu these bikes are quite powerful. They are very powerful. So lazima understand kwanza, mupeane heshima, otherwise itakupea. Na usitake yenyewe ikuambie ni aje boss, tuheshimia.
I've been trying to tell you.
Nimekuwa nikitry kushow lakini hausikii. So it's a matter of just understanding hapo na hiyo bond na interest yenye unataka. Otherwise kama ni juu under pressure, ati siji best yako alichukua tao na wewe you na 250, then you just rush, then the next thing you want to ride like him,
utaanguka.
Itakuwa maybe even mbaya zaidi.
So it's not a bad thing though.
It's not really a bad thing. You just need to be, but it would be easier for you to just panda gradually. Just go gradually, get to that 1000. Utakuwa na in a better understanding of power, handling your weight na nini na kila kitu, kwa sababu the higher nini the heavier, unaona. Yeah, so utakuwa unaweza at least ku understand power ya bike iko hivi, kwa sababu ulianzia 250 ukai outdo, ukaenda 400 a bit heavier, bigger engine, uka outdo, ukaingia ka 600 ukasikia la there's that power difference. So when going for 1000, at least utakuwa in a better position to understand the 1000 than mse ati alienda akafunzwa na mse wa boda akaingia showroom and picked up 1000. Huyo anaweza take so much time. Yes, anaweza kosa kuidrop, but hataweza kuihandle to its capability.
It will take a long time.
It will take a very long time. So utapata mse, yes, I ride for like 6-7 years, but still can't ride like a guy who's been like 2 years back, 1 year. Naona
mwenye alikuwa na upgrade, you mean?
Mwenye alikuwa anaenda, mnaenda mahali unapata huyu jamaa wajuzi bana, huyu jamaa yako na moto. Hapana, ni kwa sababu up skills zake, up game yake. Wewe uliingia hapo bado uko na wasiwasi, hiyo power bado hata hamjazoeana. So huyo gradually, yes, you can buy, but hiyo gradually is way better, kwa sababu you will be able to understand bike na performance yake na kila level.
That is what you'd recommend?
Yes.
Interesting. Though I've not heard of a lot of guys starting with the 1000 cc's. Nimeona wengi wanaanza na the advice they're given most ni start with 250 as you go up.
Yeah,
but I've seen some people
even jump to a 600 is okay. If you can get a 400, even much better. At least you are getting to nini. Awezi, even runners, even people like Kipchoge, he runs a bit before the main event, unaget,
anakukimbia kidogo
lazima
warm up.
Hiyo warm up before the main ini. So it happens, lazima watu wanafanya naenda gradually at least kidogo tu. But if you need to be very very disciplined. If you have to go to straight to 1000, unakuwa too disciplined.
But the 250 upgrading needs patience. Sasa you're riding with someone who has a 200cc and you have a 1000, and then this person feels like, I need to upgrade, and he has the financial muscle. So at end of upgrade, is that recommendable? And maybe the person is not ready either way, alafu anakuambia twende ride.
Kama ni msee okay, ime happen kama ni msee anakusikiza, atakusikia. You know what, yes, you can buy a 1000. The difference 1000 and 600 is not much actually, even in terms of prices. There's a very slight difference sana, kwa sababu utapata hata zingine there's a 600 and a 1000 at the same price, naona. So you can just go to this, unaambia tu mtu to straight up, you know what, you can just go to this, at least get used to that power, then you can upgrade. Hakuna mahali bikes zinaenda every day, zimazizi na kuwa manufactured. Every day kuna mtu anauza bike yake, mwingine akinunua. So they're not going anywhere. So at least panda tu pole pole, elewa. But again, if you want to, it is okay, but be careful just jumping there. Kuna watu wenyewe wako fast, they know what they're doing, unaona. Ataenda by town na within like 2-3 months, unaona mshana handle poa, safe, at least ataenda arudi. But kuna watu wako like hey, ride ni a big boys, wacha niingie, and you see mistakes kila mahali. So sometimes unapata it's actually good to ride with a clique of your own, unaona.
When you umezoea ku ride now.
When you umezoea ku ride now, kwa sababu you can actually predict. Mimi there is a group of guys that I know his next move akiwa mbele yangu, I will know, unaona. Na kwa sababu I'm behind, he knows that the biker behind will always take care of me, so you don't even need your side mirrors. Kwa sababu mko group ride and munajua there is no competition. Yes, but kuna mahali mtu anapata you take someone but safely. Haujamweka kwa risk yoyote, hujajiweka kwa risk, kwa sababu there is no prize for a ride after.
Either way, you're just having fun.
So
you need to be careful.
So mnakuwa too careful. So kwa others that are coming, wanaona wasewa kivuta and try, most of the time, kwa sababu there was a story ya tukifuata click fulani pale, unaenda kupata accident ama you'll crash your bike.
Jinx.
Maze.
How click wamezoeana.
Hao watu wamezoeana, watu wana push bikes, watu.
When the outsider.
Umekam, yes. Somehow just usisikize mtu. Hata ukipata mwingine anakuambia, hey boss, you're slow bana, you're slowing us down. Don't listen to such people. You go bana. See you're fast, you go.
Ride your ride.
Ride your ride, let me ride mine. Unaona? Fika tu, kwa sababu sometimes it's even pressure.
Your pressure sipo.
Inafanya wase wana you want to do something like mtu fulani. Unaona huyu msana anaenda hivi, anaingia kona hivi, mbona ameingia? Unaona? Mimi kwani siwezi fanya hivyo. Train to that, but don't follow him and try do that
at that moment.
Especially
if you don't know or you've never done it.
So yeah.
Well, big question. Umeendesha kwa truck, umeenda nyoka. Which one would you prefer?
Nyoka, of course.
Why? Ibambia watu wa truck wasikia.
Maze truck, okay, truck is a good experience, number one, okay. So kwa sababu truck is safe. You crash, people have crashed kwa truck.
It's a controlled environment.
It's controlled. It's actually good to up game yako kidogo, unajua handle bike. At least ukienda wide, you don't go into a tree or house.
No, mabati fulani.
Maze unaenda unapatana na ma side rails huko na nini. But those are two different things, okay. So truck and road, utapata msewa nini akirace road, utapata msewa MotoGP akienda Isle of Man, just because it's a race. And you won't get people going it's not normal. Yes, I think there's someone who's done it before, but it's not, it's a very rare thing.
Someone came from MotoGP and went to Isle of Man or vice versa.
And it's a rare thing, naona, kwa
Bold
sababu
move.
people who are on road are road racing, unaona. So and road racing is it's more thrilling, it's more addictive than track, kwa sababu uko at that top, ile place yenye yani umesukuma bike yako na you have no room, kwa sababu if you go off road una get there are trees or maybe, but some of that we always sort that out, like the Kiganja we were doing. At least tulikuwa tuna make sure we have hay, we have tires, place yenye ishafanywe risk assessment, which I used to do that na mzai. They go
Unapa kuna swamp.
na hapa hivi in case msee ende wide ataenda pale, una get, mnaenda mna assess alafu mnajua venye ya kuzuia hiyo risk. Yeah, but again venye umeniuliza nyoka is more exciting, kwa sababu now unatumia hiyo bike kufanya chenye inafaa kufanya, unaona. So track maybe you'll do gear 1 gear 2, but itakupatia skill, unaona, itakupatia skill poa sana. But the riding on a road is totally different again. Utajua kuhandle bike yako at that point. Kwa track you'll be fast, but then ukienda kwa road things change, the lines are not the same. Taking a corner on a road like nyoka is not how you will take a corner in a track. In a track uko open, unajua vizuri there is no oncoming.
You're very sure
hapa
you can do the risky thing.
Nyoka
akili iko sharp.
Lazima uko focused, unajua lines zako, you know the road again,
and also
so
obstacles.
most of the time you have kuna obstacles kibao, alafu plus you do sighting lap always. Hata wasi wakienda nyoka kindly mko mnafanya sighting lap, because there's been also incidents of people hii Sunday tunaenda nyoka, people just leave, unaona.
Sighting lap you mean?
Sighting lap is see how the road is at that point mahali muko, get. So if you're going to nyoka, go all the way up slowly, easily, manageable speed, then you can actually see there are no extra bumps, there's no pothole, there's no gravel, there's no oil, there's no all that. So at least you have seen how the road is. As much as ulikuwa huko last week kama nini on the road, if you're going to twist lazima mfanye sighting lap.
Something might have changed.
Also
kurudi ndio itabamba.
Alafu
because it's a long stretch.
Yeah, it's a very
to do sighting especially.
So if you're doing up and down, do the first one, just go easy, manageable speed, pole enda too slow, we make sure tu ushaenda ukiekata markers zako hapa kwa ikona nitaanza kubreakia hapa.
Angalia ma landmarks.
Ukiangalia landmarks ikona mazee ikona double apex, so you spot something, because there are a lot of corners, you might get confused. You spot something that ukiona utakuwa unajua ni ile double apex, so you'll need either to reduce speed or take a different line yenye ulikuwa uchukue hiyo corner. At least you'll be aware. It's just creating awareness with yourself.
And
so
that's
the sighting lap.
But now coming is what will be more fun,
exactly.
Because now you've done it.
Now you've done it, you know, I'll break here, this corner is like this, unaona. So the only thing you need to deal with sasa ni vitu you can't really spot, you can't keep them car landmarks, borders, cars. No, that will change full time kwa sababu hujafunga road.
Sometimes you used to go to nyoka and then these border guys who follow you, like they start leaning like that.
Watu wameiva.
Karibu
wanipeane.
They chop a lean with the tires and the borders.
There is a time tulikuwa na DJ Mo. My friend Said hapo kutoka Thika. Tumeenda nyoka vizuri. We stopped somewhere to hydrate na nini. Then a guy says, mnaenda hivi? A boda guy. Hey, venye mnachukua makona.
You guys have your 1000.
Mbele. Tuko na matao. Tuko like, acha taendangi hata tujagia hapo. Tutamfikia hapa tu. So we geared up. So tukapanda. So ile kitu yenye inatumotivate ni nini?
shika ule mse
Shika yule.
mpata.
Acha tushike wewe jamaa. I was in front, then there was more and side. So by the time I started seeing the guy, bado kunaenda tunamkaribia, the guy was leaning hiyo boda kama kitu kingine. So by the time nilikuwa nafikia jamaa, it's a left hander. So the guy alitoka sana nje, and I was like,
he's going down.
Umse, as in anatoka nje, line ya nje ndio akate ndani. And I was like, why do you need to go all the way there? So I decided to hang on the corner, as in nimeipiga hug. Unaona, I decided to hug the corner. Kumbe the guy knew what he was doing.
But that's a track concept. No?
To hug it.
No, like here kwenda wide unatoka.
Exactly, yeah. So he knew what he was doing. Actually, he was right. He was
correct. Kwa track.
He was correct. Si unajua sasa hiyo ndo track yao. They do it every time. Unaget? Hata kama ni kubeba,
without training. Na makuni.
Pia ni experience yao. Unaget?
Labda alianguka akajua atafaa.
Mtu anaenda ki-understand bike yake. So you see, mimi I was the one on the wrong. Kwa sababu I hugged the corner. Msi akatoka akakuja hivi akadisappear. Unaget? So mimi where my exit is, I'm seeing houses. Na siku nakumbuka we actually going into a junction. It was a left-hander, then a junction. Kuna road ina cross, as in that twist is inaisha na ingia into a junction, a T-junction. So mimi kwenye naangalia ni wapi huku kwa hii road imeenda wapi tena. Kwa sababu I was expecting at least I would sikuwa nakumbuka I'm at that point. Unaona? So mimi nilienda cross hiyo road. The road is like this, mimi nilienda nimevuka tu straight kwa shop kwa madhe kwa Manduru.
Uliingia kwa shop ya
na bike yako. Mazee nimecross huko, but my correction at least ilipatia wenye wako nyuma wakajua
hautafanya hiyo shit.
Hapa kuna hiyo correction hapana, which is a good thing actually. Me on rides kwa sababu of course hakuna medal unapewa ama anything. I always want to be second, third. Unaget?
Una shida na hiyo.
Second, third, fourth, even fifth ni sawa. Kwa sababu being first kama ni oil. Wendo na encounter naye.
Wendo kwanza unaziona. Kuna maji kuteleza. Ama dogi inapita.
Ama ni dogi yenye inavuka inafotaga. So pia that also actually helps kwa sababu msi anaweza ona bump mbele, mlikuwa mmetak, everyone lifts, unaget? Natumia braking pia, wind pia works on the bike. When braking una lift up, you don't brake while tacked. At least wache hiyo pepo ikupige na kusaidia na braking. Ku slow down. So kwanza kisha inuka, at least you know he's seen something.
It's a drag force.
Exactly. So you know he's seen something, there's a reason he's braking. So you're using his eyes to actually you don't see him braking, then you think this hapa sasa ndo namchukulia, unaona? You might just go here ameona kitu yenye wewe hujaona.
And that's how you guys know that sasa boda za Murang'a sio wa Nairobi huko.
Wanatokeanga kwa bush tu mahali
kuonyesha. But there's a time I think it still happens, you know, they know that every Sunday they're sure someone will come, like, you know how bikes it goes there every Sunday. Yeah. So apparently I heard that he has connections there, like the border guys love him, they know his timings and everything. So sometimes they'll even call him, hey you guy, it has rained so bad, don't come today. Like akona plugs huko
hivyo. Akona plugs za kumjoin.
Wanampenda sana bana.
Which is a good idea hiyo. At least unapewa heads up.
Naambianga huku leo kumenyesha, matope imejaa kwa barabara, and they'll be like, okay, I'm not coming, it's fine. Others they'll be like, they know his timing, watakuwa hapo na record, and then when they record him they send him the videos. So they are very much interested in this biking thingy. That's why you see, like when they're doing that, hiyo chocha ndogo. Now I can imagine with that experience ya venye na go wide ya kule kona alafu na hata if he gets a super bike, probably that guy can do magic, man.
But again hiyo discipline. So unajua wase wa boda ujaye na counter wase wanakuambia patia hii funguo ni kushow venye hii pigi mimi inaweza ipeleka vibaya sana.
Ni mo encounter but
unaona. Exactly. So there's also that aspect kwa sababu they've never been on one. Maybe they might think it's the same one as what they ride.
The assumption
the assumption as sini pikipiki atigia ni aje si hata zangu pia zinaenda hivyo. Si ndio mafuta, si ndio clutch, si ndio brake ya nyuma, si niliwaambia.
But a acceleration. That's why you draw the line actually. You don't know like
it's the power and weight
integrities.
Mwingine anaona una turn steering hivi anashindwa. Hii kisho igeuki. Hii kisho igeuki bona imekaa hivi na steering inaangalia huko.
Counter steering like it's a lot these small details that they might ignore. Have you experienced other incidents the nini nyoka?
Yeah, nyoka ni okay, a couple of guys have gone down in nyoka. But
not bad I hope.
Nah. Kumekuwa tu na zile kidogo nyoka has never taken any of us. Any of our own. But watu at least walipea heshima yake. It's very unforgiving.
Haina huruma.
You go wide, it's side rails everywhere. Ukipita hiyo side rail you just una ditch huko chini. Acid boy akona hiyo experience.
Aliingia kwa nini?
Aliruka nini kaenda huko chini. Tulikuwa tunatoa bike na makambo
from down there
him too.
Aliingia kwa hizo is it mandizi?
Na huko chini huko. So it happens na baadaye mnacheka but
ukisurvive.
But people need to be careful on these roads. Hiyo ni very unforgiving. Unaona? At least once kwanza hii time tuseme kama kuna races, people come spectate and see what racers do on the track or on a race. Alafu after hapo you want to go try on a road. Hapo ndo shida yote yuko jia. And most of the time in most events after a race people going home is when stuff happen, because the adrenaline of you watching, you think it's easy. Whatever racers do is not easy. Kama unataka kujaribu, think it's easy. It's just a matter of practice. Jiandikishe, ingia hapo, ingia track. Unaona, anza kuingia track, train, build your skill. At least wakati nasikia kufinya unaingia track. Na ndo namaliza queue yako hapo, unaona. Kwa sababu you see even racers themselves after a race, bikes, most of the racers actually carry their bikes on pickup. Naona hiyo taki ushamalizana nayo.
Yeye anaendeshanga kwa highway anaweka kwa pickup waende kwa track.
Waende kwa track ama wakitoka. Na get after usha enjoy already.
Umechoka sasa.
Hujai toka ride hivi mpaka unasikia leo nalala kama mtoi bana.
Hutaki kusumbulia.
Maze una park bike pale hata hutaki kuiona. Hata ukisikia nahitaji kutoka hivi niende ni buy breko.
No.
Let me just take a walk. Unaona? Kwa sababu you enjoyed your bike. Ushato hiyo urge yenye ulikuwa nayo. So watu wako wanajiandikisha by the way. Hainanga aibu kuoverlapiwa ama nini.
But tuacha bana.
Wase wakam track.
Kuna aibu hapo.
Hakuna aibu ya kuoverlapiwa. You're trying. You're better than someone who's just seated there and doesn't want to do it.
That person who's just seated there is laughing at you while you're being overlapped. And then that guy is actually thinking, me, I was just sitting here. Why are you embarrassing yourself? Just come and sit here with me.
Ingia anza ku train. It's something that will just come to atakuja kuenjoy at the end of it. Hata kuwa na enjoy kama venye una enjoy ukijua. Unaambia ni aje. Hiyo flag ikitoka tu hivi. Shika route. Weenda. Hakuna oil, hakuna nini. Every communication safety department yote ishaangalia track iko poa. So hata in fact tuna encourage sana wase wengi ma lady bikers wase wakam participate.
Hawako wengi sana ya?
Lady bikers wako.
No, doing track. It's only a few.
Track. Yeah, exactly. So we need new faces, unaona? Usiogope wewe kam at least jipime. See where you lie. Unaweza pata tu umekalia talent moja crazy sana tu hapo you being a spectator. So at least unakuja jiandikishe kuja fuatilia. If it's track days, you don't have to just come into a race, unaona. Tafuta Sunday moja enda huko. Most of the time there are people training kwa track, enda pata tips, ingiza bike yako hapo, gauge kidogo, then come to a race. Kwa sababu track days hakuna ati number 1 number 2 or anything. you just do random rounds, unaona. Unajigauge, ukitoka hapo nje kwa pit, ongea na wale wasi wenye wamekuwa kwa track, ask them for tips, and I'm sure racers are always ready to at least to guide other upcoming people.
Go off even from the experience. Now last question, why do you think we don't have a proper track? You know, the evolution of bike in Kenya imeshagonga over 20 years, right?
Yeah. It has, but saindo ina take peak. Saindo ina take peak. Look at how many companies now are here selling bikes. See? Ni mob sana. Either Chinese, either Indian. Unaget? It tells you something.
They never used to be there.
A lot of these companies never used to be there, unaona. Watu walikuwa wanajisosia bikes and people used to buy just whatever that. Siku hizi watu wako na choice. I'll go take this, take that. I'll go to this showroom. Showrooms ni mob. Inakwambia kwamba it's growing. Unaget? The demand is there. And once watu wakiendelea hivyo tu kuiaccept na nini, we still have that vision. Me, I believe one day tutakuwa na track moja wazimu. Unaget? Like a 3.5 kms 4 kilometers track, which is quite nini. We've done a budget of like karibu ka 2 billion including land. 2 billion for a proper MotoGP track.
It takes 2 billion to build a standard
no proper MotoGP track.
2 billion
Only, and we're losing it every
Which
day.
county?
Somewhere hot, maybe Machakos. Somewhere like Ukambani huko.
How many acres do you need?
MotoGP track. You'll need a very big piece of land.
Say like?
Maybe like 1,500, 2,000 acres. Because of spectators. The pits are big. To handle 100,000 spectators. Because those are the numbers zenye ziko kwa MotoGP. On spectators only. So you can imagine the companies, the crews that are there with the companies. So to service our wase wote and make sure kila mtu ako comfortable, parking, everything.
Hey. I know it's possible, but I didn't. The 2 billion.
Yeah.
2 billion is insane.
A truck that's nini unahesabia from 25 to 30 only. 30 maybe 25 to 35 million per km.
So 3, hey. And you're saying
So you can
3.5
imagine
to
4
4
kilometers there. So all other is just land and structure and steamer and buildings. As
amenities too.
For the truck ukihesabia kama if you have a piece of land maybe like around maybe 70, 80 acres.
You're in the truck.
100 maybe top. Ukona truck ya kilomita hata 4.
But now why do you need 1,500?
Kwa sababu ya kila kitu ingine.
If
Hiyo
you have to make it
hiyo iko squeezed.
So kwani
But
track
from a
iko na
proper
nini?
kwa sababu utapata maybe you have a stretch of 500, 700 meters already, one stretch. Maget. Then you have all the corners na nini. It will take quite some land. So kwa maybe na stretches mbili alafu na corners pande the other side. It's how you design it.
That's a lot. And it has to be, I don't know, FIM approved.
Yeah. But now you get with the politics with the politics ni ngumu sana.
Politics za Kenya ama?
Yeah, za Kenya. Inaifanya too hard to actually achieve it. But if guys
when investors trying to pull in, push in some
private unajua ni ngumu in fact. I'll tell you why. Kwa sababu in most of these events you get companies unapata poster iko na a lot of sponsors. Most of them
big brands.
Yeah, big brands. They give you services. They give you drinks.
No money, no nothing.
No money, no nothing. So kama corporate hajafika hapo na hiyo corporate inaweza it's peanuts maybe unaweza pata. These big companies can even close their eyes and just build it. I get. And government huko najua sasa it's quite challenging to get someone who can shikilia on hiyo vision na I implement na ikose kukuliwa 2 billion
Survive.
survive tajengewa track ya 10k hapo.
Whistling Moran version 2.0.
Maze, so it's very challenging, but I still believe tutawaifika hapo.
So we're looking at 10-15 years, eh? We might not be the ones to enjoy it.
Maze, kwa sababu even all this sote chenye tumekuwa tukifight, it's not for us, it's for
the future generation.
It's for the future generation. Naona all these races ukiona watu wana nini, unashindwa mtu wa 40 years anaenda kukimbia na bike kwa track. You don't expect that person to go to SBK at 40.
Why now?
Wale unaenda hapo unapata na vijana wa 19 17 years
wanakuosha
unatii
wewe kibendo unaumwa na mgongo hapo
maze. But if this future sahi watu wetu get to a point where tunawanacha, if they're interested in bikes tunakubali, tunawapeleka even Jamhuri Park, unaona, take them to those enduros na motocross. Let them have the experience, let them have the feel, unaona. Because most of them just actually, by even looking at kids, you can actually tell this will definitely be a bike.
Kunako ka inspiration.
Kunako.
And then kids don't know how to lie.
Yeah,
they express feelings.
Like there's a neighbor of a friend of mine, mi wenda. Umtoi nikifika watu wengine missing. Sawa? Akatoi tukauka hapo.
Juu ya kelele ya bike.
Alafu nikisha nini ananiambia naweza kalia.
Or you can just easily tell.
Exactly, yeah, you can just see it. Ukimwambia ni aje hapa ndo ya kuhakisha hiyo shashika. Ambia rev kidogo unasikia mpaka anajua. Na ni mtu mdogo anajua where not to go past the revs, unaona. After hapo utapata napanda naenda kwa boys wangu. Nimetulia hapo, kaboy kataka hapo mpaka nitoka.
Huyo ni anafika ngaitira anasema akiwa na bike yake, anasema me there used to be a guy. Nakumbuka nikiwa mdogo.
Na atakuja mazee niambie huyo alikuwa ameguza sijui fulani amefanya alikuwa anatry kuguza. Mimi nimewakataza wote.
Ni huyu tu ako loud.
As in kwa sababu wanaogopa, unaona. But yeye ana feel ako so much interested. Na nikamwambia madhake, you know what?
Patia time.
Patia time.
I hear there's a school that teaches kids
I think
how to ride.
I think at Pastor Sam the last time I checked.
Akona shule. Inafunza watu hii ku ride bike. And then they have these two small monkey bikes.
Exactly, those two small ones, at least mtu yeye anaweza kuwa comfortable ku ride. And those are the people our to window wenye wanaweza kuja ku ride even better than how we do it now.
Because no one taught us this.
Exactly, yes. Sisi tumekuja kujifunza hapa tukiwa Gumbaru.
Gwara highway.
Maze lazima ugonge chini ndio ufike. Ati guy siko nafaa kufanya hivyo.
Gloves zangu si poa.
Maze lazima ikulelami ndio uone sasa nahitaji leather gloves, unaona.
But I was even told that kitambo shipping things was so hard and it was expensive also, so people would opt for other options.
Exactly, alafu plus lazima ukwe funded. Nowadays you have me, you have other people. There's a lot of people when you're kokwa. You have Shivam there, naona.
They can easily just ship for you.
Exactly, they can easily ship for you. And not only that, we have people who've stocked this stuff, naona. So if it's a matter of gears, just usiende tu just because you have money. Uliza tu mtu kisimamisha bike, muulizeni aje, I want to get a bike, unaona. So that sometimes usiende bike uende kugongwa huko, you get not a good bike, unaona. Even if you're going for a starter bike, usiende kugongwa, unaona. At least have someone who can tell you one or two things. Uliza ni aje, mimi nataka ku upgrade, unaona. What would you recommend? Uliza tu bike yote mwenye at least naona nini, and utapata advice ya. So hizi vitu saa hizi ziko bikes ati unanunua tu hapa locally, you come, we ship for you bike, unataka hii unakuwa open tena again for bikes. So nataka jigs fulani.
You become specific.
Unakuwa specific. Unaona.
Okay.
Sometimes ni poa una open up to different types of bikes. Have a feel. Jua hii na nini aje inakuwa hivi, and only for machines. This applies only for machines. Jua iko aje, ina handle aje, ina consume aje, power yake iko aje, unaona. So usikue ati sijui umebuy bike, you just naming it and you are hooked to that. Ukiuliza unauza hii bike unasema prices zingine zenye
hata ujui unasema nini. But you know there's some people who say that sometimes nunua bike uko na shida ndio ujue kufungua engine and then you understand the parts.
Yeah,
exactly. But that will cost you. But you know you cannot.
There are people like that.
Kuna watu wanataka
kuna watu wanataka hiyo bike yenye imekula vumbi, imekula rust.
Waite project bike.
Kate and it is actually fun. I've seen people do it and they do a good job, unaona.
So unakuwa bike ama mechanic. You get both experience.
Experience which is good. Uwezi kuama. Unajua tunaenda ride wapi Nyeri? Najua zile tools zenye nitabeba. Tunaenda wapi? Mombasa. Kuna zile tools za. Na unajua in case kunini huyu msee hawezi kuama.
That's a sure thing.
Nilisikia
some of the essentials when you're going for a long ride. You need a fuse. Stuff kama hizo. Have your bolt checks and everything.
Bro, unaweza imagine mimi nishaamshwa at the middle of a night. Nikaenda kurescue msee. I was in my sleeping nini bana. Nimeamka nimeenda kurescue msee. Bike haiwaki.
Bike yako?
Yeah,
anasema haiwaki.
Ni yake. Ni bike ni yake. I won't mention names, lakini it was so disappointing. Bike haiwaki. Nikafika hapo, angalia weka on. Nini prime. Okay. Nikaangalia stand switch iko sawa.
Oh my god. I think naweza predict. Usiniambie it's what I'm thinking, you guy.
Yes, it is what you're thinking.
The serious kill switch.
Somehow akifanya tu nini yake akafinya kill switch ikakata hiyo power mpaka bike ikasimama. Then from there he knew the bike has an issue. And nikaamka kwenda hapo because kill switch ilikuwa imenini.
Ndio kuwasha kill switch.
Na kisha namwangalia like really. Hizi ni basics, as in you should be.
Is this a newbie rider?
Unafaa unaweza at least understand bike yako ma issues zake ziki nini.
Manze utaki kumsema ni nani? For sure.
Acha tuachie hapo. Anaweza ningoja after hii interview.
Hapo Muthaiga Road. Uzuri haiko live.
Tunaweza pata naye ni greasy brakes bro.
Okay, that's what you get for snitching on me.
Maze.
Na bata kwa newbie.
Ni mchalikuwa ride. But not for so long. But either way, even if you're going to buy a bike na when you're new, there are things that are basic.
Hiyo ningekuwa nakutana naye daily namwambia nipatie so. Nipatie so mbili sahi. Like I mean umenitoa kwa usingizi.
Rushe za macho. Hata angepata mtu mwingine angemwambia hii labda pick up. Kwanza na ameshaona hii labda pick up, acha tuite pick up.
But anyway, you're a nice guy. Actually ingekuwa someone else angamwambia unajua nini? Spark plugs zako zina misfire.
Issue kama hii kwanza hata hakuna haja kuhakisha hivyo.
Ukiendelea kufanya hivyo unaharibu.
Mnabeba na bike kesho naambiwa naje bill ni chwani. Leta chwani. Unajua nimehave kufungua engine.
Alafu naambia sasa battery yako tumebadilisha combustion. Alafu as a safety tip unaambia lakini by the way pia unafaa ujue hii kitu kazi yake ina maana kubwa sana hii kill switch. So ukitaka ukishazima bike yako una switch unazima hii alafu unafungua ndio sasa.
At least
the same problem is okay.
Exactly. Yeah, of course. Kaambia this is a kill switch so. Ndio unajua mimi sikuiguza.
But hiyo kitu watu wengi wanaguzanga accidentally. You know it's very light. It's one of the switch yenye with a tap. You know, inaisha. I think it's for safety ama sijui.
Yeah, it's actually when you want to kill the engine. you're not advised to be using the kill switch ukiride. Ati umefika tu mahali unatumia kill switch kwa sababu it's not, most of them are very weak.
Zinaishanga.
Zi uchapa tu unapata inaanza kujifinya, lazima uipige matape, sijui vitu kaa hizo. Pige matape. So some vitu kaa hizo at least switch off na stand.
Unapata mtu amechapa tie wraps.
Ama your key with your clutch in, you can just switch off with your key.
Hivyo tu.
So kill switch at least ni wakati yenye uko like you need to cut out that power.
Like there's an emergency or
emergency, hata saa ingine throttle you kwama, unaget unakuwa confused, just kill the engine.
That's why it comes. That is nice, man. Well, thank you so much, Edu. Come through. Take time, umekama hapa, tumepiga mastori kiasi. And thank you for shedding light on some of the things pia, man.
Asante sana pia kwa kuni-host.
Haina noma, we ni one of the OGs pia. I hope I can have you again and again to have specific topics on about the biking community, where there needs to be growth and vitu kama hizo, yeah?
Sawa, asante pia kwa kuni-host.
Karibu, man.
Hoping hiyo ingine tutaifanyia juu ya bike.
Definitely.
Mike.
That's the plan. Nimeambiwa hivyo recommendation, watu wengi wamesema twende juu ya bikes. Sasa nimeona
kuna kwa tu na intercom. Alafu interview inakuwa
tukivuta mpaka Thika
ama Thika ni hapa tu. Tunaenda sana.
Bwana, tutapanga siku moja. Sasa asante man.
Okay, asante.